Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sara النعيمي. I am from Bahrain Free Labor Union Federation, and with the collaboration with the respected union here in AP Terminals, I'm really thankful that they are having this opportunity to give you this kind of session. I believe that some rules of the Ministry of Labor does not apply on the harbors, mostly, especially here in Bahrain, because the work is continuous. But always we have to take this chance to at least gain knowledge, because summer season does not stop on specific days, especially in Bahrain. It is very hot during the day, and also, let's admit, during the night as well, because of the humidity. So because we are having this kind of induction, I really want to thank you all for attending here, because this kind of inductions, it is really small, but it is very important. So at least if we can gain some knowledge here, and we can share with our colleagues who did not had a chance to attend with us. I will be presenting small instructions, and since we are having this one in a collaboration with the union, I have exempted some of the rules that does not apply on the company, and make it very beneficial for you especially, because this kind of information is general. General, what we are talking about, ourselves, not about the workplace. Because when we talk about summer, we talk about heat stress, heat stroke, summer illnesses, or summer related sickness. So let's be attentive to the next step. In our federation, mostly we deal with laborers who usually work under the sun, not only with construction, excavation, also harbor, same like you working on ships. It is sometimes on top of the ship or sometimes inside the ship. And because we care about you, we try as much as possible to reach you in your workplace. We've been to ministries, we've been to factories, we've been to site construction locations, because these people are really sometimes ignoring themselves and putting themselves or putting the work as number one. So I will throw myself, I will ignore my health, I will do the job, I will do the job, I will get my salary, and then whatever happens to me happens. Without considering that this kind of ignorance really affects your health. And since we are here in the Occupational Health and Safety Committee, it has been established since 2012, so when the federation starts, and we hold this kind of campaigns. What do we do in these campaigns? As I mentioned, we do visits, site visits. It's not only sitting in our place, in a cold place, and just talking. We do actual visits. If you will, by the end of the show, there will be a QR code. If you will have an opportunity to scan it, just have a look at what effort that we are doing on the late 13 years since the 2012 the federation has been established. You will see that we started small, we started graduating and growing more, and we also try to put on ourselves more effort for you guys who are working in these kind of seasons. I know sometimes the company is doing some kind of compensation, but also we would like to be in a collaboration, and we would like to be part of that collaboration, especially for you guys, because you are the one who is building our country, as we know, since Bahrain is beloved for us all. You take care of Bahrain and building, we take care of you guys. Let's talk about the main thing that we are talking about here is how to take care of yourself, ourself. Yani, since you are in a team, you actually need specific things that you have to take care of. How you can sleep, how you can eat, and how you can drink, especially in summer season, because it is very effective. In summer season, we know that the body evaporates and lose a lot of minerals, lose a lot of electrolytes. When I say electrolytes, it's something very important for your heart to function inside your body. So if that is not enough and that is not proper, don't think that your body will just keep up working. It's like running a car on an empty tank. There is no fuel. So it might be not the most important thing, but it is very important, because how can sleep of 8 hours at night is beneficial for your biological clock, and how you're projecting your toxins during the night, and the body has to be in a sleeping status. So at least when you sleep, you have that enough 8 hours of sleep at night. A lot of biological things that happens inside your body, but take this opportunity, align with your shifts, with your supervisors, at least during summer season. Make sure that you have enough sleep during the early night or late night. It has to be night sleeping for 8 hours. I know some of you it is very difficult, but it is like for a short time of period. There is different shifts are applied in your company. So as long as we are taking 8 hours of sleep, our body is like regenerating their energy for the next day, releasing the toxins and then generating a new energy for the next day. This is at least when you are at home or at your accommodation, in your room, in your place. But when you come at work as well, you cannot work continuous 8 hours. You have to have breaks. So I think in your shift, timing, you will be having in a collaboration and fixing your timing with your colleagues, with your supervisor. When can you be resting and when can you be working? During the shift, you have to take breaks, maybe for short periods, but do not just neglect your job and neglect your work and say, I have to take a break. In a collaboration, there is a schedule. This one will go first and then come back, and then the other one. But there are conditions also for this kind of break times. Since you are in a very hot place, so your break time has to be kind of resting. If you are resting, it has to be in a cool place, shaded, well vented, not very closed. Water is accessible. This is kind of places that you have to take short breaks in and fix with your colleagues and teams. Since you are working in teams, you're not working individual, or in a shift there is one person. At least there are 2 or 3 people working in there, and at least you can fix who can go first and who can go second with these kind of conditions that has be in the break place. We've talked about sleep and rest at home and at work. Let's talk about food. We know food is very important. Who does not love food? Our body runs on food. We need energy. It's not only sleeping that gives us energy. If we have a good chance of making nutritious for ourselves, I don't need to go to a dietitian. I don't need to go to a hospital and tell me what to eat. I work hard duty. I know what is supposed to be good for me because my body is built different way because of these circumstances. People are sitting in the office drinking coffee, drinking soft drinks, they are happy. But whoever is working, sorry, are you okay, sir? Alhamdulillah. Since you are working very difficult job and really needs a lot of energy from you, you need to give proper food, to give proper fuel, to give proper production during the day. So what are we going to keep in mind? Small adjustment in our meals. So at least if we are eating a lot of curry, everyone likes curry, everyone likes biryani. I myself, my favorite is biryani, especially when mom's making it. So at least try to reduce the spices that you're using in cooking, or choose some other alternatives. But if you have no other chance, you don't have other alternative, try to add more vegetables. Because vegetables, what do? They work just like water. They keep the water in your body, and when you have excessive activities during your job or excessive heatness, they will release the water inside the body and work like coolant. It will cool your body inside, and then when you sweat, it will be enough there, inshallah. Yani that we will come to the water next. But when I say about food, we will have to reduce the spices, because we know spices inside your stomach and spices also in the sun, or hot, not spices in the sun, hot heat in the sun, it is very difficult. Your body will be in a shock. It will be very difficult for you to adjust between the heat inside your body and the heat surrounding you. So at least during these summer seasons, reduce the spices and also the oil. Oil also acts like preventing the body from producing coolness. If you are not sweating properly, means your body is not working properly. But keep that sweating process going on in a good way. That's why we are telling you eat vegetables and eat food that contains a lot of water, and reduce the oil, reduce also the spices. صح. There will be exam. And yeah, as we mentioned, yeah, as we said, we have to increase the amount of vegetables. It doesn't have to be cooked, even raw. Cucumber family, zucchini, if you have watermelon, if you have something that is really rich in water, this is kind of food, the seasonal ones, you can consume because it will be working inside your body as a coolant. Same like the car needs coolant for the radiator. Our body has that one too, to produce energy and keep the toxins out. This will be good for our vasculars and good for our veins, and it will be very much easier for the blood to be transporting from the brain to the muscles, to the skin, to the limbs. That's why we can get more energy and get activities. We are saying also, as much as possible, do not stop. We cannot stop everything totally, but as much as possible, reduce certain drinks that contains caffeine. We know tea has caffeine, but we cannot stop tea. But at least drink it in a certain amount, certain time of the day. Get the benefit of it. Do not let it take over our body. Some people keeps on drinking tea or coffee or any kind of caffeinated liquids and ignores the water. You're sleeping well, you're eating well, but you're drinking a lot of caffeinated drinks. This is also will cancel whatever benefit you have done for your body and will put negative things in your body, and your body will get used to being negative and not producing energy. If we are not producing energy, we know that we are going to be sick. That's what we don't want to happen, especially if we are at work, not even at home. I'm not saying at work don't get sick. Even at home don't get sick, because once you're at home, eventually you'll go back to work, unless if you're on vacation. Until then, also we need you to be in a healthy status. Yeah, carbonated drinks and highly sugared drinks as well, without mentioning any brands. We know that we don't have to drink a lot of carbonated drinks just because I want to digest the food. I want to digest the food. Digesting the food can be with other liquids as well, since we are giving our body a lot of benefits. I need to mention, maybe it's not here in the slides, but I need to mention, sometimes this is supposed to be the first point that I am mentioning here. Drinking water is very important. I've mentioned water and food, but just make sure that at least you have enough water in your body, as much as 3 liters during your shift. 3 liters of water and drinking small amount during the shift, you have to cut these 3 liters, because this is the minimum average of water that highly actively adult working in a heat needs. That's the minimum amount. If you need to drink water, you have to drink as much as possible. Do not pass half an hour or an hour or less than an hour, like 45 minutes without drinking water. Small bottles will be provided. Actually, this is the amount of water that you have to be drinking per time. After 45 minutes, take another one, or take in a glass, or get yourself a bigger bottle, but make sure at least 1 glass to be drank during an hour. This is also working like coolant. We talked about water during 8 hours of shift. Even back home, there is another 3 liters that you have to compensate whatever you lost on duty. We have said that while sleeping, our body releases toxins. Toxins will be biologically happening inside. A lot of doctors has mentioned that, but a lot of people don't know why we have to drink that much of water. Everybody will say, I'm drinking water this side and I'm going toilet in the second. Another 5 minutes of drinking this water, I will go to that, because your body is not processing that water through your veins. Once you drink the water, it will have to be going to your body parts, to your brain, to your heart, to your kidneys, to your limbs, to your muscles. This kind of water culture is very important. You have to spread as much as possible through your colleagues. So at least whenever someone asks you, why shall I drink water during the day that much if it will take me to the toilet every once and then? Because your body needs to regenerate this one. Whatever toxins will be released, another fresh water, it will carry new oxygen, it will carry fresh blood from our heart to our brain. It will make us more clarity. It will make us more conscious. This kind of information, get used to it. It's not something that someone will have to come and tell you, but this is something that we know from, by natural. Water is very important. We have a verse in Quran says, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. We have made everything alive with water. That's a verse in Quran has said. So that's why water is very important for our body. And let's talk about heat stress and heat stroke. What is the difference between heat stress and heat stroke? Is it mentioned here? Can you cheat? Who knows the difference between heat stress and heat stroke? Can raise their hand. Yes, sir.
The heat stress is the first symptom.
Okay.
Then it goes to the sunstroke, heat stroke.
Heat stroke or sunstroke. Yeah, it's if you're working outside under the sun, it is called sunstroke. But if you're working in a hot place, not under the sun, it's called heat stroke. So the difference is, we will see what are the symptoms when you say heat stress, what will show on your face, what will show on your body, what will you feel, and then the heat stroke, what will happen to your body. Both are related to the heat, both are related to hydration, both are related to a lot of in common, but there are certain symptoms that is different. So as we see, the symptoms of heat stress, heavy sweating, your body is very tired, trying to cool it, because if your body temperature is high, the water inside your body that you have consumed is trying to cool you down. So it produces water. That's why you have sweating on your body. You will feel moisture on your forehead, sometimes in your pores, also in your skin, underarms, between the groins, you will feel even in your back, seem like dropping water on your back. This is, the body is trying to cool you down. Thirsty and lethargy, you will feel like your throat is very dry. You cannot even swallow your whatever saliva you have. This is kind of not dangerous, this is the usual symptoms. You might not feel thirsty, but still it has to be drinking water even if you're not thirsty. Muscle pain, you will feel muscle pain, muscle cramps. You will feel, why am I feeling too much pain in my leg, in my arm, my back is hurting? Because your body is trying to pull whatever water in your body and try to cool you down, and it can't. That's why if there is no water in the muscle, it will start cramping. Cramping means closing to itself, trying to squeeze itself. That's why you have pain in your muscles, you have pain in your body. You cannot function properly. And also because of the brain is having difficulties in giving orders to the body, cool the body down, give some water in this part. It can't be working properly if there is no water, and if I am not well hydrated. If the brain is too much heated and the coolant is not working in my body, you will feel dizzy, same like the room is spinning. You will start falling down without you knowing. You will feel like you need to support yourself to a wall or to someone. Eventually, if you don't have balance, you will fall. That's all because the brain is not functioning properly. So we don't want to reach that stage. We know that sometimes dizziness can be happening from other illnesses or other issues or other situations, but since you guys are working in the heat, the reason of dizziness is the rising temperature of your body, and there is no enough coolant in your body to reduce the temperature, and then you will feel nauseous, as if you're going to throw up. You feel like something, your acidity is high. This will make things worse, and we are still in the heat stress stage. Just pay attention, still in the heat stress stage, you will find these symptoms. And weakness in heartbeat. You will feel also your heartbeat is very low because there is no enough commands from the brain to push more blood to your body. So when you feel your pulses or you feel it is very slow, you barely get the average. It is way below the average. And then because of that, there is no blood in the brain. The body temperature is very high and the coolant is not working. What will happen? God forbid, it will be going to sunstroke. Sunstroke is the dangerous level. All these that we mentioned earlier about the dizziness and headache, it is very easy, though it is difficult. It is dangerous, but compared to this, means we have reached to the dangerous level. And we don't want to reach that level because why? The skin will become red. And itchiness, you will feel itchiness, means the body is not cooling itself, the skin is being irritated. I need water, the skin is crying and it's not getting water. So it will start to, somehow there is a mechanism in your skin to cool itself and it doesn't have. That's the first sign that the body is breaking down. So don't reach that level. And when we say the patient or our colleague is semi-conscious, means even in your speech it will be slurred. They will say something that you cannot understand. You think that they are talking and they are conscious, but they are not conscious. So if they are not conscious, so they don't know what they are talking about. This is the first of fainting area, means the brain is going unconscious in this level. And then the slow heartbeat, it will be like palpitation, because now the body is collapsing and trying to push more blood. Because it is reaching the dangerous levels, it will be in a, what do we call it? The emergency levels of the heart. The heart will start to push itself at the maximum in hope that it will be starting again, but because it is using all the energy for pumping the blood and there is no blood is enough, body blood levels will be dropping. There is no enough blood in the brain and the body is not cooling itself. Already the patient is slurred and semi-conscious or unconscious. So what is the next level? Going unconscious is the definite dangerous level. We don't want any of our colleagues to go in a unconscious level of fainting, because in fainting you cannot talk to the person if he's okay or not. In fainting there are difficult mechanisms that going to be sorry, difficult situation that we cannot really handle. But even then, if you see one of your colleagues passing through these stages, report it as soon as you see it. We have seen all the symptoms at the beginning. Look at those, have them in mind. If you see one of your colleagues passing through these symptoms, immediately report it. Call your supervisor, call your shift foreman, call the medical, or call whoever can help at least, and ask them to, my colleague XYZ is not feeling well, get him checked. Why this is important? Since we are working in a hot environment, it is very likely to happen. So let's look at the next. What shall we do? What shall we do if one of our colleagues fainted? If one of our colleagues fainted, what shall we do? Anybody? Raise your hand, please. Okay, let's have it in practical. I will be going, I know I've written a lot of things, but it is actually, if you see them and keep them in mind, in practical it will be very easy for you. Most important thing, if one of my colleagues fainted or lost conscious, I am helping my colleague, I have to be calm. I shouldn't run around, I shouldn't scream and just immediately drop water on them. No, there are some steps to take and make them practical, because this is very important to save my colleague's life. If I am saving my colleague's life, I will save him for his family as well. So let's go through the steps that we're supposed to be doing in a first aid for our colleague. First thing, actually, the first thing is like two parts. The first part is calling. The second part, since we are in a team, we are supposed at least some of them are helping our colleague. One is calling and some is helping in the same time. Don't go and call somebody and leave him thrown down there, or don't go and help him and don't call anybody. This is actually very important steps that has to go together. I have to help my colleague and I have to call for help, because on site I don't have all the medical equipments that can help my colleague, or I don't have the personnel that are available for me to help my colleague. That's why in every place there has to be some kind of first aiders or first aid practitioners from the colleagues themselves, not from the clinic or not from the hospital, not professional doctor or nurse, but one of us at least have to have this kind of knowledge, because this kind of knowledge will help save our colleague's life. So since we are calling and helping in the same place, we have to take our colleague, carry him. We are 3 or 4, we are mashallah strong men, and we can carry our colleague and put him in a cool place. If you will take him somewhere inside, indoor, or if they are very far off indoor, put him under at least shaded area. Shaded area will prevent the sun from increasing body temperature, because his body temperature is very high. We're trying to lower. Don't keep him in the sun. Carry him, put him on a flat surface, under shaded area, open area. Don't put him in a cabin or in a container or somewhere closed and you will say he's in the shade. This is also not helping, because body needs oxygen. If body needs oxygen, means the blood will go fresh to the brain and will start working. So the next step that we are looking at, cool place, under shade, and lay on his back. Put our colleague in a flat place, laying on his back. And because he is fainted, we all are concerned, what happened to you? 5, 6 people are blocking the area or blocking the wind passage. If he's in a well-vented area and we're all crowded around him, will not do good for our colleague. So make space. One will be checking his vitals, if he's okay, if his body, and already we have called for medical attention, or call our supervisor to take action for that. If you will see that place should have at least fans for well-vented places. And since the body is already in high temperature and we need to reduce, what we will have to do, loosening their clothings. Some of you are wearing heavy clothes. Alhamdulillah, we are all wearing cotton t-shirts. But I see 1, 2, good. We're not wearing heavy clothes. If we are wearing heavy clothes, try to open some of the buttons to make inside his body with air, fan. If you don't have fan, cardboard. If you don't have cardboard, anything that works as cooling, we can help. Take a cloth and make the waving motion to make at least the body temperature go away and cool the body down. That's how we reduce temperature. We also use cold compressions. If cold compression is not available, maybe some cloths. We've been to locations, they have already cloths. If you can see them, they are wearing cotton cloths on their head or on their neck. It will be very beneficial. And we will be distributing as well something simple for you to help you guys called a cooling towel. Cooling towel is very important actually. It is manufactured for that purpose only. If you will take that cooling towel, put some water, squeeze it, snap it, it will be immediately cold. So if you will use it on your neck, there are three places that you will use it on your body called compression. On your neck, underarm, and between your legs. These areas have the largest veins that passes the blood. Under your arms there is a large vessel, there is large veins that passes your blood. So if the blood is circulating in a cool environment, it will cool the body down. Keep that concept. It's not just putting cold on his face, putting cold on his body. These areas are very important. In the neck, underarms, and between the legs as well. This is very important. If still my colleague is not conscious and he's laying flat, I've opened his button, I've made vented area using fan or cardboard, still he is not conscious. That means blood is not reaching the brain properly. How can we take the brain back to the brain, blood back to the brain? Because of gravity, if we are standing, anything will fall down. So our body, if they are heat, our veins will be large, gravity will pull all the blood to our feet. If we are putting our legs up, means the blood will be working as a gravity circulation back to the brain. Just imagine, my colleague is flat on the floor and putting his leg up, means whatever gravity took while he was standing will take it back to his brain. It will be same like reverse mechanism. That's why we have to take these steps in consideration to save our lives and to save our colleagues' life.